hello again. It is time once more to delve into this strange and fantastical universe and observe the characters within. This time, we explore a subject whose past is filled with violence and secrecy. In fact, her very early life is such. Though it should be noted that her origin story is mostly unsubstantiated rumors and hearsay, for her age is unknown. You might be saying to yourself, Naruto, come on. You should know this. You see everything, and so by extension you would know what actually happened. Look, I hear you, but hear me out. I am using what they know. Sure, I've revealed some secrets, perhaps, but you should be lucky that I'm revealing those. Alright? I'm not going to spoon feed you everything. You insatiable glutton. Anyway, with my story, I get to do whatever I want with it. The story begins in Russia. The story says that she was found as a baby during a war. Discovered with Oleksiy Shoyl-Shelovkov, the Deep Code Guardian, who then adopted the girl. She would be named Iktasha Romanaka. Later, Shoy-Shelovkov married Marina Voswidov, a news reporter secretly working for the KGB. Her daughter is Oksana Shilova, who became Iktasha's new adopted sister. When she came of proper age, she was enrolled into the Ink Room, a secret facility located in an abandoned nightclub. This place is run by General Octavius Dejikov, who wished for his agents to carry out their tasks with as little deterrence as possible. That's why he sanitized his female soldiers, an act of surgical alteration that ensures that their biological urges do not distract them on their mission. The group was also brainwashed into swearing loyalty to the Ink Room and to their leader, Iktasha included. It was here where she learned to do martial arts at a professional level, as well as various other means of combat. She went through this entire experience with her sister, and as their skill set grew, so too did their bond. This is where she became the female fatale she used to be, the one and only Black Inkling. It was also here where she obtained her ink-based weapons, more specifically her wrist gauntlets. The ink is colored ink that was harvested from squids and recolored with various dyes. The ink not only provides strategical advantages in fights, it also serves as a motif that proves that they were the ones who did what they did in a mission. An unofficial calling card of the Ink Room, if you will. General Dejikov is quite proud of the work he and his group of female soldiers do, even if it sometimes hurts him. Although people will have to admit that he and the recruits are still quite slippery to get a hold of. Now you may think to yourself, Naruto, this is a villain's backstory, but this is a hero pack. What is a villain's backstory doing in a hero pack? Well, Well, if you would let me continue, then I will. She was originally a villain, as an agent of the Ink Room. She often comes into conflict with various other heroes, as well as the United States-based organization Gunshield, led by Nook Fury. These exploits usually see her accompanied by another villain, known as Hawkshot. She does this frequently because attacks often go better when she works with him. Now, as for his story, well, good news for you. He will be covered next time. Stay tuned to find out his tale. Her conversion to her heroine status happened when she had to team up with Gunshield. This occurred when she and her adopted sister and father tried to fight the organization so they could obtain some secret Russian intelligence that their opposing organization had gotten a hold of. During the fight, one of the Gunshield prisoners, Dryhail Urfas, also known by the villain moniker of Master, was accidentally broken out of captivity. This villain got his name because his appearance is very similar to that of a grizzly bear. With the power of teamwork, they all chase the furry fiend all the way to space, where they managed to defeat him. This experience, coupled with some encouraging pro-Gunshield sentiments, convinced her to join the group. Her sister wasn't fully on board to join, but she agreed with many of the statements made. Her parents, however, were staunch opponents to this ideological change, and proceeded to fight their adopted children. The fight resulted in the pro-Gunshield members winning. After this skirmish, she joined the organization. Her ink was replaced in order to distinguish herself from former old employment. Her ink was artificially made and multicolored, which contrasts the Ink Room's attacks because all of their ink is red, much like their motherland. She learned many things about the organization that surprised her. The main one that stuck out to her is that they also use news reporters that secretly work for the government. Unfortunately, just like her mother, she would later come into conflict with one of them. However, this is not entirely due to an ideological change, at least not one that was intended by her. However, in order to have her story done proper justice, she would need to have her own profile. Don't worry, she and all the other ones whose story I've promised to expand upon later are having their stories told another time. Just have patience and faith that I can deliver, like I have delivered now. With all of that said, I must depart, for this tale is now at its end. Next time, we shall have cohesion, as all that I have discussed will finally come together. Until then, I must leave you. Goodbye.
Hi, it's me, the guy that's now like that Who lyric, Big Breaker comes soon because I'm pushing 21. Me, Nate, just Nate. Boy, this took a while. Ever just look back at your work and realize, I can do better? Yeah, that's what I did. I completely overhauled the character design for this. I mean, I kinda did with a few other characters. Well, sort of. I did it with Thorio. Pointed out how he was different. Well, I did the same thing. Just look at the beta design. Yeah, that's just a generic Inkling. So, I went through some wikis and found a more meaningful Inkling. Then I find one named Fire. After I found her, I just completely overhauled it. I kept the red hair, of course, but I added some of the yellow highlights. Remember that time when Black Widow was blonde in Infinity War? Yeah, it was kind of weird, wasn't it? Oh well, at least I can kind of reference that. Used colors from a still of her. Or promotional art, I think. So, anyway. Now that all of that has been said, and I've explained why I took so long, here is the design notes and stuff. I think I did a good job. The gauntlets around her wrist, I made sure that they looked more at home than the Splatoon universe, so I just took colors from the typical splatter shot weapon. The logo on her thing was rotated sideways and with a circle in the background because it's very similar to a logo that can be found in the game. So, you know, a little reference there. The hair still has that intersection with a different color. Yes, she has 3 hair colors. I mean, none of them are really natural, but anyway, I really needed a good in-universe explanation of Inklings. Then I realized there is no good in-universe explanation for Inklings. At least not really one I could find in this context. So, I just made her human with some Inkling proportions. That's why I changed the ears. It's really the big thing I changed. Really the only thing I changed now that I think about it. And for the hair, I also changed to be hair instead of tentacles. Because if it were tentacles, this video would be age restricted. The ears were the biggest thing, of course, like I said. They were just elf-like in the original, so I just had to make it more not that. I mean, they're still big, but not really the elf-esque things we see in the game. It might lean too much into the Inkling side of things, but overall, I'd say it's a fantastic piece. Also, the Russian in the Alexi's name, the mashup, it's all expression of Bolshoi Chelovik. That translates to big man in Russian. Yes, really pulled out all the stops. I used Google Translate. Hooray for me. I really think that it adds more diversity in the name. Might do that more often later. Not sure, might just feel like it. Not really any official thing. You know, don't really have any official people to back me up. Although if I actually had Russian people, I might be on a watch list again. So, in case the Ian in the name didn't really give it away, or the silhouette, it's more of a reference to Big Man from the Splatoon franchise. Yeah. There's not much else I can say. So, well, with all of that said, I think that concludes yet another fantastic piece, another fantastic story. And, well, I will be seeing you next time. Bye.